MJD Beats.
Live on the National Sports Studios from Spreaker.com, you are listening to In the Paint with Jordan Hunter and your host, Cameron Sadeghi.
We are back in the paint. Cameron Sadeghi, Jordan Hunter. The opening part of the season, and we've had a lot of fun here watching all these games, Jordan. You have NBA League Pass for free right now, a free preview, which I'm trying to get all of that in before, I'm not going to pay it all for League Pass, but I'm trying to get that all in. And some great games, LeBron coming back, Chicago looking good, Memphis looking good, a lot of surprising young teams in the NBA. Jordan, it's been a great week. Do you think this is the most exciting year? We say this every year, but do you think this is the most exciting year?
But this year with LeBron coming back, a lot of good teams in the East now, the West is ultra competitive. This may be, and I'll probably say it next year too, this may be the most exciting season to date.
Yeah, I agree, especially with LeBron coming back home. Only a few pro athletes have ever, come back home. Bernie Kosar talked about how he came back home, but that's NFL. So let's go ahead and first talk about...
I just want to clear something up.
Okay.
When LeBron said their first game was one of the greatest sporting events of all time, those are the type of things that make me not like LeBron.
Whoa. We're going to start out the show like this now.
I'm sorry, but how are you going to say that, LeBron? Why was that necessary to say? It's obviously not. It's your homecoming. We get it against the Knicks at home. But why do you need to say it's one of the greatest sporting events ever? It's really not.
It is.
It's not a major championship. It's not even a playoff game. It's opening night.
No. What he doesn't mean like greatest competition, like a great game, as in it was an double overtime game or something like that. I think what he's speaking to is Cleveland finally all these businessmen, all these people, the NBA has a major effect on some of these restaurants, on some of these businesses, and finally, LeBron has kind of generated the economy for Cleveland and is improved on the economy for Cleveland. I think that's what he's trying to speak to. But I agree with you there. But no, it's been pretty impressive to see LeBron go back home. I know the commercials get annoying, but it's still an impressive feat for LeBron.
I want to talk about that first game against New York.
Okay.
All eyes were on that game. It was on TNT. You heard Charles Barkley laughing off. You heard him saying, Lakers need to stop being shown on TV. Yada, yada. We know the Knicks won. Great showing by the Knicks. They weren't going to let the crowd get in their head. They weren't going to let the lights get in their head. I love how the Knicks played. I think that triangle offense was there at times, but a lot of times they abandoned it and went to isolation, which wasn't good, and that's the reason Cleveland did come back. But great showing by the Knicks on game 1, or game 2 for them.
Yeah, I thought the Knicks, especially coming back after losing to Chicago by a lot at home, they go into a tough environment. I know sometimes they played iso ball, but for the most part they played the triangle offense, and they were fighting everybody. Nobody thought the Knicks had a chance. I mean, Barkley was constantly ripping on the Knicks, but every single time, Melo would shut up Barkley. Quincy Acey would shut up Barkley. Everybody, counted out the Knicks, but they came through. We have to give a lot of credit to Derek Fisher for keeping this unit in check, providing accountability for this team. It's been great to see the Knicks' development. And I think the Knicks really, if they continue this type of way of playing, they can find their way to the playoffs.
You think the Knicks can make the playoffs?
If they continue to play the way they did against Cleveland. I mean,
they're too inconsistent, though. As a team, they're inconsistent. The good teams, I credit them for beating a really good Cleveland team. They're going to lose some games they should easily win. They're going to lose some games against seller teams. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't see the Knicks there yet. They don't have the talent. next summer they sign a free agent like Marcus Gasol or something like that. Then maybe you could put him in conversation, but not yet. They're not good enough.
What about maybe a Rondo to the Knicks trade at the trade deadline? Does that change your mind?
Yeah, that definitely changes my mind, depending on who they give up. But they got some young pieces there. They got some bad contracts like Amari Stoudemire and Bargnani that they want to get rid of next summer. But if they can pull off a trade that changes their team landscape, then yeah, it'd be great for them. It might be too late though. They could already be number 12 or 13 seed in the East.
I mean, I know, but I know they may not have the talent of a playoff team, but I think their system is playoff worthy, and they can, even despite not even having a guy like a Quincy Acey instead of like a Tyson Chandler, I still think they can fight through that just because of how great of a system they have. And I think
what system though?
the triangle offense and good hard-nosed help defense, and JR is buying in.
They abandoned it late in the game. That's how they almost shot themselves out of the game.
No, they picked it up because JR could have easily, said, okay, I'm going to take that long three, but he decided I need to take that better shot and go inside with that nice floater. So it seems like JR is developing and understanding the difference between a good shot and a bad shot.
Finally! It took him 8 years.
It takes people time, but you have to credit JR. Some people never get it, but he does.
Do you agree with what Charles Barkley said, that if the way Melo's been playing all his career, he's not going to be able to change the way
I disagree with that.
You don't agree with that?
I think Melo will change because people talk about how Melo was a gunner, but in Denver, he wasn't that bad of a gunner. Like, when they almost made it to the finals, that team was very well-rounded. The scoring was distributed everywhere. So I think Melo is willing to change to get victories. Everybody's been ripping Melo, saying he's overrated, saying that he's not worthy of a championship. He's not a championship-type player. In my opinion, he is, because when he was in Denver, he was almost there.
Yeah, I don't agree with people saying he's not a championship-type player. He is. You just need the talent around him, the right type of talent. You can't surround him with other gunners, because that's not going to be. You got to surround him with guys who distribute the ball, rebounders. You have to surround him with pieces that can help him, not pieces that will also try to put up 30 every night.
Yeah, I agree with you there. And you look at Cleveland's side with Kevin Love. Really, I mean, from the first game, he was really playing well, getting a lot of rebounds. And then the Cleveland started off poorly in the first game. Then the second game, let's talk about the second game. I thought Cleveland's physicality was really impressive, and I think we've underrated their physicality because we keep talking about their star talent, but people like Tristan Thompson and Dellavedova really coming through for the Cleveland squad.
Oh, yeah, their physicality, their offensive rebounding was ridiculous, especially Tristan Thompson, 12 offensive rebounds. That's crazy. That's just hustle and grit. And they took advantage of a Chicago team without one of the best players in Derrick Rose. Chicago fought tooth and nail to the end, which that was very good of them to stay with it. I thought they could have easily just laid down, and they were without Jimmy Butler. But Cleveland showed their identity. LeBron had a great game. A person who I think could be on the trade block is Dion Waiters, though.
Yeah, I was going to say that too.
He didn't play that much in the fourth quarter. They went with Dellavedova instead, which was good because they provide different things. Dellavedova is going to distribute the ball. He's going to give you hard work. Maybe the corner three. Waiters wants to score one-on-one, so I think he's easily a piece that could be traded maybe for another big man or another guard.
Yeah, I mean, I was thinking about that too after the first game, if maybe Waiters could be on the trading block, but as much of a gunner as he is, and he's kind of that spark plug where if you're down by 20, he can maybe shoot you back into the game, but if you're up by 20, maybe he can shoot you out of it. I mean, he has a lot of dog in him, and maybe that's why Cleveland likes him so much. Yeah, I mean, if there's good value there, I think they should trade Waiters. But yeah, they played really impressive basketball. And you know what? Nobody in the national media gives credit to David Blatt and how great of a coach he is. The system that he runs. Some people think he has an offense close to pop, and I think we saw that against
come
Chicago.
on.
Yeah, come on. You know it was good. Cleveland's offense looked really
But
good
no,
against the
it's not
toughest
Pop
defense.
offense.
What?
It's not Popovich offense.
No,
Come
no,
on.
no. But the production and quality is getting there. I mean, it's going to take some time, but they are definitely one of the top offenses in the league. They will
Yeah,
be.
the production shouldn't have to be like an issue. They should get production easily from their three superstars.
No, but the way they move the ball, though, Cleveland's ball movement's gotten better.
Oh yeah, definitely, because their big stars draw so much attention that causes defenses to scramble around and it provides open shots. Kind of what the Spurs did to the Heat in the finals.
Okay, but you got to give some credit to David Blatt. Are you going to give him credit?
I hope this isn't like the Heat and Eric Spoelstra situation where we know he didn't do much because his team.
What?
No, it's not that, but I just didn't like how people were overvaluing how good of a coach he was, saying he's one of the best coaches in the league. I don't know about that. I don't know if because a coach can only do so much, and if the team is already so talented, then how much credit should he really be getting?
But don't you think, like, it's, to me, I think it's less about X's and O's and managing personalities. Like, you could say that about Phil Jackson, too, when he had a lot of talent in Chicago and LA. Like, it's, when you have that much talent, it's more about managing personalities. So I think we have to give credit for Blatt because he's got to tame that, wild dog in Dion Waiters at times, and he's got to tame, kind of Kyrie's individual desires as well as some of the other role players too. So I think, and I really think David Blatt's ball movement is good. I think this guy is an underrated head coach that people don't believe in right now. But in 5 years from now, you're going to be saying this guy's one of the best. He's going to be one of the best coaches of all time. I think there's something special with David Blatt. I really do.
Okay, enough about the Cavs. We've got them all year long.
Yeah.
So, a team you like is the Rockets.
Yes.
What is special about the Rockets this year when they've seemed to lose talent and a lot of pieces?
I think James Harden and Dwight Howard feel the pressure more than ever before because of no Parsons and an older Ariza. Isaiah Cannon trying to have to be this amazing three-point shooter, and Beverly having to accept more of a challenging role. It seems like Howard and Harden have elevated their games. I know the numbers may not look like it for Howard, but on the defensive end, Howard's gotten better in my opinion. And same with Harden. I think they've really committed to defense, and that speaks to how great Coach McHale has been teaching defense and how Harden is buying into the concept. And their bench, they're really buying into defense. And if they can just buy into that defensive mindset, this team could be dangerous. I think we look at just talent alone, but the mindset and the mentality has changed for the Houston Rockets.
So, are they a pretender or a contender?
They're a contender, and I think, first of all, we know that like every single championship team or contender, they need like two superstars. And Harden and Howard, I know people think they're overrated, but to me, they're still superstars in my mind, and they're quality players they're finally starting to get the game and recognizing each other's strengths and playing off of that. And I think Houston's really got something special over there.
Yeah, I was watching the highlights from last night. Harden just went off. He gets the basket so easily, shoots the free throw so well, the three ball, and it's just crazy how many shots he has in his repertoire when you think he's so easy to stop, but just people can't do it. So I kind of want to lead you. There's 6 teams in the NBA that are undefeated. We said the Rockets were pretenders. Memphis Grizzlies, pretenders or contenders?